everyone. Good afternoon. Let me give a bit of a background about myself. I'm originally actually from Hong Kong, and I've been doing real estate development for almost this year will be my 15th year. Can you hear me well?
Yeah, no problem. You're here.
So for my first 7 years, in this 15 years, I was doing real estate development in China, in this city called Shenyang, Liaoning province. I was working for my family as a director of marketing, business development, and also estate management. For the past 8 years, I started a new business venture called Kingland Group. The main objective of this business is to land bank and do real estate development in strategic location across Indonesia. So that kind of sum up my journey, why lead me to Indonesia in the first place. Now, looking back at 8 years ago when I first decided to come to Indonesia, at that time, I have many of my friends from China and Hong Kong asking me like, why Indonesia? Development in Indonesia. To really sum up, I would say there's 3 reasons that at that time I decided that Indonesia is a country that is very, very suitable for real estate development. First is the population. Indonesia is the world's 4th most populated country in the world. I think a lot of people know about this, right behind China, India, and US. Its current population is around 275 million. And interestingly, over 60% of them are below 30 years old. So from a long-term outlook, in terms of the relationship of housing demand from first-time home buyer to second-time home buyers, we see that the market is supported by real demand, not really speculations. And this real demand can really power the real estate development market for decades to come. So that's really the first reason, the population. Now, second consideration is where in Indonesia. As Indonesia is a huge country, there's thousands of islands, and is it is the largest island in the world. Where would be a good city to start investing or developing real estate? Capital city, Jakarta. Demographic. But this time to be more specific. Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, now it's all right.
Okay, yeah. This is Indonesia's internet. Sometimes it's a bit lagging. Over everyone. So yeah, I think just now, which part did it start lagging?
Yeah, it's about 1 minute ago. It suddenly stopped for say 10 seconds, 20 seconds in time. Thank you.
When you were starting to talk about Jakarta.
Okay, all right. So 2 reasons, again, demographic, but in more specific, the millennials. So in 2019, if you look at the population of millennials in Jakarta, it's 12 million millennials. You benchmark that with Hong Kong, Shanghai, New York City, and Hong Kong, which respectively have 5.85 million, is that the traffic, it takes you hours just to get around the city. But since 2014, after the President Jokowi started to become president, the government really put in a tremendous amount of resources to develop infrastructure. Right now, you see new highways connecting cities, a new airport, new seaport, fast-speed railroad, Jakarta. And most of these projects are actually in realization. So just for example, Jakarta, MRT, I think was just 2017 or 18. They just had the MRT operated. And right now the highway that connect the entire Java Island and also the entire Sumatra Island is all now connected. Before it would took before I have some Palembang, they say that when they go home not by flight but by sea and local road, it takes them 6-7 hours. Right now it only takes them about 3 hours. So these are all the, I would say, the infrastructure that is realizing, and then there's still a lot more to come. So I believe these infrastructure projects are very important for the price growth of land and housing. It really allow the land banks. If you're an investor, you buy land banks. It really allow you to gain tremendous amount of value appreciation if you buy the land at the right place. And compared to these more mature cities across Asia, I think these kind of prime or to be prime projects are very scarce, very limited. And even if you're lucky that you can get them, it's most likely going to come with a very expensive price. So that kind of sum up why I decided to the rationale behind why I decided to come develop real estate development in Indonesia. Besides us, right now there's also a lot of other big players from China, such as Country Garden, Baekwayu, Lokseng. These big real estate players from China coming in, even contractors like Zhonggongwan, Zhongye, Chengjin. They're all these state-owned contractors right now in Indonesia, tapping into the real estate development market. So although I always sometimes think that, wow, if I come just a bit earlier, a couple of years earlier, wow, the opportunity, because if you look at the price for the past 10 years, apartment price and land price, it has grown more than, I would say, 200 to 300% already. The potential is still there. There's never too late. I would say it's never too late to enter the market, especially right now with the new omnibus law in implementation. It allows right now the foreign buyers. It's easier for foreign buyers right now to own properties. The Bank of Indonesia has continued to lower the mortgage rate, the mortgage borrowing rate, and also lengthening the mortgage long term. I think the long term perspective of the real estate market is still really bright. So that wraps up the first part of my presentation. The second part is just a bit more info about my company. Okay, can everyone see my screen?
Yep, can see that.
So yeah, as just now what I said, yeah, we founded Kingland Group in around 2013, and in 2014 we founded our Indonesia PT. PT is I think a general word for the official established company and entity in Indonesia called PT Hong Kong Kingland. So PT Hong Kong Kingland is a joint venture company from us on Hong Kong side and also Indonesia partners. We have two partners in Indonesia. One is the Alpha Land and another is Growth Steel Group. I want to particularly talk about Alpha Land as the owner of Alpha Land is he's the owner of the famous convenience store called Alpha Mart. They have over 13,000 convenience store. They're the okay. Can everyone hear me?
Not quite. Like the last 30 seconds, it doesn't.
Okay.
Connection is back.
Okay.
Just while you talk about Alpha Land. Thank you.
Right. Okay. So yeah, our local partner is Alpha Land. Their affiliation of Alpha Group, who owns the Alpha Mart. They have over 13,000 convenience store in Indonesia and also Philippines. We partner with them. This is just some of the background of our founders in the Hong Kong company. This is myself 8 years ago. This is some of the real estate projects that we developed in China, Shenyang. As you can see, we do apartment, commercial, offices, and also mixed use, which compose of everything, office, residential, shopping malls, and all that. So what I really want to jump into, this is the portfolio of our local partner. Besides the supermarket, they also have a hotel operator. They have also an office tower, and also some of these what we call like a business district, a commercial district that they develop in across Indonesia. It's the hotel operation. Now, this is where I really want to talk about. That's our project right now that the latest project we're developing in Indonesia called the Kingland Avenue. The concept is a university town. Basically, the concept of the project is it's a mixed use concept where we have the play, live, and study as the core concept of our project. The location is located at west of Jakarta. Is about 20 kilometers from the center of Jakarta. Transportation, the infrastructure, there's a lot of existing infrastructure already, like the highway connecting to the Jakarta. In front of our project, there's an MRT station that the government is going to build in the future. We have the first IKEA in Indonesia that established at our area. There's a lot of universities. Why we call ourselves a university town? There's over 78 schools and university within a 10-kilometer radius. So there's a lot of university population around our project. So this is just kind of an overview about the facility that we offer, because we're targeting on the student market. There's a huge demand from the leasing market, so that we built these kind of affordable apartment for two purposes. One is to attract the students to lease these apartment, and then investor buying it, which you can get about like a 7 to 10% yield, conservatively speaking. And also for first-time home buyers that can't afford to buy inside Jakarta City, we offer an apartment that is for a 2-bedroom that is about USD 100,000 more or less, around that price list. So it's almost half the price cheaper than Jakarta. We also have a mall, 20,000 square meter mall that is located below the apartment. We also have al fresco F&B dining. And we also, more interestingly, is we also invited 2 universities established directly under our project. One is called the Sahid University. So their planning is to bring in about 7,000 students in 2022. And so these students will be really the real demand that will power the rental market of our apartment. So yeah, that sums up about our project. And yeah, if there's any question in particular to real estate development,